Well, thank you, Leader Butler, and for your work over many months on the House Redistricting Committee and the work that we've done in collaboration with the Senate. And you have to wonder now, what was the purpose of that work? What was the testimony received from countless witnesses at hearing after hearing? Did they waste their time? Did we waste our time? Because what we're seeing here today is gerrymandering at work. We're getting a world-class view into the best practices of gerrymandering. And I've said it before, gerrymandering is inappropriate, whether it's done by Republicans or by Democrats. It just so happens that here in the state of Illinois, Democrats are better at doing it than just about anywhere I've ever seen. Now remember, these are the same Democrats that stood up and gave Mike Madigan a standing ovation on his way out of the building in our January session. These are the same Democrats that elected Chris Welch to be the new Speaker of the House, who stood before all of us, Republicans and Democrats, and claimed, today is a new day in Illinois. It's a new opportunity to work together in collaboration and bipartisanship. Nothing that has happened here is any indication of a new day. It is a worse day today in Illinois than I have ever seen in my life. The actions that are taken here in contradiction to the 600,000 people requesting redistricting reform, to the dozens of community advocacy groups who have said, don't proceed down this path. Don't throw away our work as a state on the census, which was heralded as a best practice in the nation. Don't jam through a map without giving us adequate time for public review. The people will remember the actions that the Democratic leaders are taking today in this building. They're the same actions that took place 10 years ago, the same actions down to the day. The Madigan playbook that was developed by Tim Mapes, who has testified and given sworn affidavit to the federal court that he was the guy that drew the maps. That same playbook is in place today. Drop a phony map, have some hearings, pretend that you're receiving testimony and indulging the opinions that are submitted at the 11th hour, and ram forward with all full speed so that you can do anything you possibly can to maintain your power and your majority. And as we learned today, it's not just about politicians picking their own voters. Now we're going to let judges do it the same way in the state of Illinois by remapping the Supreme Court. And make no mistake, it's not a coincidence that this happened. For the first time in our current Supreme Court map, a sitting justice was not retained in an election by voters. And so it's no coincidence that it's now time to, in fact, change the entire Supreme Court. One of the central issues in that Supreme Court election was the Supreme Court's refusal to allow the voices of 600,000 people to be heard and for an independent process to be developed for our legislative redistricting. People need to be held accountable. The 30-plus Democratic legislators that voted for independent redistricting reform, the new members of the Democratic House of Representatives who are elected with promises to champion fair districting, to end partisan gerrymandering in our state, need to be held accountable. Governor Pritzker, you need to follow through with the commitment that you made to voters when you were elected as governor, that you would not stand by idly anymore and allow the same failed process to remain as the law of the land in the state of Illinois. We can do better than this. We must do better than this. The people of the state of Illinois are waking up, and I hope that they'll pay attention. I hope that they have long memories, and I hope that they remain here as a part of the state of Illinois. Because never before, not even in the redistricting activities that Mike Madigan orchestrated and presided over, have we ever had a redistricting process for the state of Illinois where we're losing population after 10 years. So I hope everyone will hang in here with us. We have a lot of work to do together to put Illinois back on the right track. What is happening today takes us further in the wrong direction.